none, Mr. Speaker.
Continue.
Item 7, member communications, none. Item 8, departmental communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 9, agency or governmental authority communications, none also. Item 10, states communications, none. Item 11, state Supreme Court communications, none, Mr. Speaker. Item 12, municipal or town communications, none also. Item 13, foreign government communications, none, Mr. Speaker. And item number 14, miscellaneous communications, none, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, we're on our order of the day. Item 15, standing committee reports. Do we have any?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, for item number 15, standing committee reports, we have an awaiting list number 22-08 for standing committee reports awaiting the 24 hours requirement.
Okay. Short recess. So how many reports on that?
Just one for the Health and Social Affairs.
That's number what? 13?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
22-13. Okay, Chairman Perman. Well, okay, let's do it since it's give us wiggle room if we come up with other stuff between today and tomorrow. Okay. Congress is back in session. Okay, there is that awaiting list 22-08. Chairman Perman.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, Speaker, Vice, floor, honorable members, and all of those that are observing our session this morning. Speaker, I would like to withdraw and place congressional resolution, standing committee report number 22-13. I so move.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded that standing committee report number 22-13 be placed on the standing committee reports for our action. Okay, Floor Leader Harbor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to suspend rules that require 24 hours prior to withdrawal of any measure. Thank you.
Okay.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that the relevant rules, specifically the rules requiring 24 hours waiting period for standing committee reports be suspended. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Opposed, nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. Said relevant rules are now suspended. Okay, let's vote on the main motion. Those in favor of the motion to place a standing committee report 22-13 on the committee report calendar for action, say aye.
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 Motion carried. Standing committee report number 22-13 is placed on the standing committee report calendar for action. Chief Clerk, what is it?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have standing committee report number 22-13 on congressional resolution number 22-33 from your Committee on Health and Social Affairs for adoption. This is on, or the subject matter of this is amending the President's Public Health Emergency Declaration.
Okay, there you have it. Chairman Perman, motion for adoption.
I so move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt standing committee report number 22-13. Discussion. Any discussion
Speaker.
on the report? Yes,
Yes.
Chairman Perman.
Thank you very much, Speaker. I'll just try to start the discussion on this and members can come in. Basically, some of the or establish protocols and guidelines for the National Task Force to work with to clarify the interstate travel, to allow repatriation of key staff, foreign embassies, NGOs, and essential workers. For example, CUM has a huge request of the teachers or professors to come back and teach at the school, and they're having issues right now because we have not allowed that for essential workers. And also to add on the uh, the the docking of our ships, marine, the domestic fishing vessels, to a written plan. Every time they come in, they need to do a written plan to work with Norma. So all of these amendments to put it into the new amendment. So as we all know that it's been good ongoing right now on our repatriation so far. We'll catch this and there, but we've been fortunate that these are also they call historic cases. I mean, historic case one in Kushai. So I'm hoping that if we give the task force the flexibility and the guidelines that they provided, whatever new or issues that comes up, they can actually address instead of coming back to Congress for us to act on anything for them to move on. So basically, these are the small amendment that we're trying to put in to help with the FSM task force on the declaration. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Chairman Berman. Any other discussion? Short recess.
Speaker,
Short recess. Congress is back in session. We're still discussing the standing committee report. Any further discussion? If none, there's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of standing committee report number 22-13, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
nay. Motion carried. Standing committee report 22-13 is adopted by Congress. Next report, Chief Clerk.
We do not have any more reports, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, if there's no further report, the next item, special committee reports. Do we have any special committee report, Chief Clerk?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Next item,
For assignment of measures and communications under item number 17, kindly refer to referral sheet number 22-21.
okay, Chairman and members of the committees, review that for your planning purposes. Chairman Figueroa, you want to take us to,
Yes, I
It's
want to
12
move that
o'clock.
we at least get rid of one of our bill on second and final reading. Then we can defer action on the remaining one to tomorrow. I also understand there's a bill pending. I think it's was moved to tomorrow's calendar. That's your bill, Speaker.
yes. Okay, so if there is no objection, we will now go down to item 19, bill calendar. Okay, first bill, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-47 for second and final reading. CB number 22-47 is a bill for NAC to appropriate the sum of $2,800,000 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021 for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs for the people of Yap, Koshai, Pohnpei, and Chuk states and for other purposes.
Here, defer to tomorrow.
Speaker, I move that the bill
Second.
defer to tomorrow's bill calendar.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that bill number 22-47 to defer to tomorrow's calendar. Those in favor say aye.
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 Carried. CP number 22-47 is deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Next bill, Chief Clerk.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-62 for second and final reading. CB number 22-62 is a bill for an act to amend sections 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and 9 of Public Law number 21-185 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-210, 21-221, 21-238, and 22-01 to appropriate $556,536 from the general fund of the Federated States of Micronesia for the fiscal year ending September 30th, 2021 to provide supplemental funding for the operations of the executive branch, the legislative branch, agencies, boards, authorities, and commissions, grants, subsidies, and contributions, capital and human resources development, and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
I move for the passage of Congress
Second.
Bill number 22-62 on second and final reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on second and final reading, CP number 22-62. Discussion. Any
Short
discussion?
recess, please.
Short recess, up to the power of the chair. back. The Congress is back in session. We're discussing CP 22-62. Any further
Question.
discussion?
Second.
None. There is no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of the delegations. Chief Clerk?
For the state of Chuk, Chairman Aridas.
Yes.
State of Pohnpei, Chairman Perman.
Amen.
State of Koshai, Senator Palig.
Yes.
State of Yap, Chairman Figure. Chairman
I
Figure.
guess.
Mr. Speaker, all four states voted for the said bill.
CP number 22-62 has passed Congress on the second and final reading. Next bill.
We do not have any more bills, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, short recess. Conference is back in session. Florida Harbor, you want to help out?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move to withdraw the following bills, 64, 65, 66, to be placed on bill calendar for today.
Okay,
Second.
it's been moved and seconded that CP numbers 22-64, 65, and 66 be withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Those three bills, 64, 65, and 66 have been withdrawn from committee and placed on the bill calendar for first reading action. Okay, first bill.
I presume our relevant rules are still suspended.
Yes, the relevant rules are still suspended at this point for the record. Chief Clerk, could we just Congress is back in session. We're still on the bill calendar. Chief Clerk, next bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-64 for first reading. CB number 22-64 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 21-80 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-99, 21-110, 21-143, 21-181, 21-188, 21-214, and 21-242 by amending Section 3 thereof to change the use of certain funds previously appropriated therein to fund public projects and social programs for the people of Koshai State and for other purposes.
Chairman Keel,
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
moved and seconded that conference pass on first reading CP number 22-64. Discussion.
Question.
There's no objection. Discussion is closed. So we will vote by roll call of members. Chief Clerk.
Senator Aridas?
Yes.
Senator Christian? Senator Figueroa?
Yes.
Senator Colon?
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper?
Aye.
Senator Conman?
Hey.
Vice Speaker Moses?
Hey.
Senator Ned? Senator Pollack?
Yes.
Senator Berman?
Yes.
Senator Romolo? Senator Urusmal? Senator Wali?
No.
Speaker Semina?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members have voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-64 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill. What happened to Chairman, Vice Chairman Christian? He left already?
He left for his funeral already.
Oh, okay.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-65 for first reading. CB number 22-65 is a bill for an act to amend Public Law number 21-180 as amended by Public Laws numbers 21-191, 21-234, 21-240, and 22-21 by amending Section 3 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding public projects and social programs for the people of Koshai State and for other purposes.
Chairman Figueroa.
Thank you, Speaker. I move that Congress pass Congress Bill number 22-65 on first reading.
Any second?
Second.
Moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-65. Discussion. Any discussion? Question has been called for. If there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members on first reading. Clerk.
Senator Aridas?
Yes.
Senator Christian? Senator Figueroa?
Yes.
Senator Colon?
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper?
Aye.
Senator Conman?
Hey.
Vice Speaker Moses? Vice Speaker Moses?
Hey.
Senator Ned? Senator Pollack?
Yes.
Senator Berman? Senator Romolo? Senator Urusmal? Senator Wali? Speaker Semina?
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, 10 members have voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-65 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill.
The next bill under the bill calendar now is Congressional Bill number 22-66 for first reading. CB number 22-66 is a bill for an act to further amend Public Law number 20-53 as amended by Public Laws numbers 20-57, 20-61, 20-69, 20-90, 20-91, 20-96, 20-132, 21-92, 21-135, 21-168, 21-189, and 21-247 by amending section 2 thereof to change the use of funds previously appropriated therein for the purpose of funding priority infrastructure projects and other projects and programs in the state of Kasai and for other purposes.
Don't forget.
Move for the passage of the bill on first reading.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress pass on first reading CP number 22-66. Discussion,
Question.
questions?
Second.
There's no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by roll call of members on first reading. Chief Rec,
Senator Aridas,
Yes.
Senator Christian, Senator Figueroa,
Yes.
Senator Colan,
Yes.
Floor Leader Harper,
Amen.
Senator Conman,
Hey.
Vice Speaker Moses,
Hey.
Senator Net, Senator Pollack,
Yes.
Senator Perman, Senator Romulo, Senator Orozmal, Senator Wali, Speaker Simona.
yes,
Mr. Speaker, 10 members voted for the said bill under first reading.
CP number 22-66 has passed Congress on first reading. Next bill,
None, Mr. Speaker.
oh, by the way, on that last bill, 66, I don't know, there's just a misspelling on page 4, line 7. It says drinking, not drinking. I don't know whether that's a technical, staff can correct that. Okay, so there being no further bills,
And we go to the resolution.
we'll go to the resolution calendar. Short recess. Congress is back in session. There being no further business under the bill calendar, we will have to go back to our regular order. That's item 18, unfinished business. First, unfinished business, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first unfinished business is on Congressional Resolution number 22-14 for adoption. CR number 22-14 is a resolution to confirm the nomination of Mrs. Jane J. Jagiel to serve as the permanent representative of the Federated States of Micronesia to the United Nations.
I so move for its adoption.
Short
Second.
bill, subject to call of the chair.
Okay.
Congress is back in session. We were on resolution 22-14.
Speaker.
Speaker.
Floor Leader Harbor.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Speaker. In fairness to the nominee, I move to defer the set resolution to tomorrow's resolution calendar.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded that resolution number 22-14 be deferred to tomorrow's session. Those in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Said the resolution is deferred to tomorrow's calendar. Okay, next resolution, next unfinished business, Chief Burke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next unfinished business we have now is on Congressional Resolution number 22-20 CD4 for adoption. CR number 22-20 CD4 is a resolution requesting that the Speaker of the 22nd Congress of the Federated States of Micronesia instruct the Committees on Judiciary and Governmental Operations and Resources and Development to conduct oversight regarding alleged wrongdoings and corruptions involving personnel of the FSM Development Bank in relation to the lawsuits, property disputes, and other related matters.
Okay, Floor Leader Harbor.
Move for adoption of the said resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that said resolution 22-20 be CT4 be adopted. Discussion.
Speaker,
Yes, Floor Leader Harbor.
just a minor question to sort of further enlighten me on my grammar. Would it be necessary to put "and" before the word oversight?
short recess?
No.
Congress is back in session. We're discussing resolution number 20 CD4. Any further discussion? If none, if there's no objection, discussion is closed. We will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of resolution number 22-20 CD4, say aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
Motion carried. Said resolution is adopted by Congress. Any other unfinished business, Chief Clerk?
None, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, if there's no objection, we will now go down to the resolution calendar. Okay, first resolution, Chief Clerk.
Speaker,
First resolution, Chief Clerk.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first resolution under the resolution calendar now is Congressional Resolution number 22-22 for adoption. This is attached to Standing Committee Report number 22-08 from your Committee on R&D. CR number 22-22 is a resolution to confirm the nomination of Mrs. Selena Paul Akinaka to serve as the Secretary of the Department of Resources and Development of the Federated States of Micronesia.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker. Mr.
Chairman,
Speaker.
who's that? Chairman Annette?
Thank you,
Motion to
Speaker. I
defer?
move to defer the said resolution to tomorrow's calendar.
second.
Second.
So it's been moved and seconded that resolution number 22-22 be deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Resolution number 22-22 is deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Next resolution, deferred.
The next resolution under the resolution calendar now is Congressional Resolution number 22-28 for adoption. This is attached to Standing Committee Report number 22-11 from your Committee on TNC. CR number 22-28 is a resolution approving and accepting a grant in the amount of SDR 27,800,000 special drawing rights from the World Bank for the purpose of funding a project in the Federated States of Micronesia entitled Prioritized Road Investment and Management Enhancements or PRIME project, including all the terms and conditions of the assistance.
Okay, Chairman Cullen.
Move for adopt the said resolution.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that Congress adopt resolution number 22-28. Discussion. Any discussion?
Speaker,
Yes, Vice Chairman Malik?
thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. We um, always are grateful for donor contributions from agencies such as World Bank, and we should be grateful. However, I continue to express concern. I think it's our desire to make sure that these funds are used for purposes that are considered critical, and that the impact of this funding is lasting, positive long-term impact to not only our economy, but our people and our needs. This grant has three components. I understand three main parts with respect to this funding. We're looking at about 40 million. By the way, during the committee to wait meeting, the president indicated it's 46 million. The witnesses don't understand. They say it's 40 million, just for the record. But back to this funding, there are three main components. The first one is the spatial and sector planning component. The second part is climate resilient and infrastructure solution. I think that's the component where most of our project will be funded under. And the third part, Mr. Speaker, is the strengthening the environment, the enabling environment. My concern here, and always, is that we should do a very thorough job, coordination between the state and the national government to make sure that these funds are used first to the priority infrastructure needs of the state, and secondly, to make sure that a bulk of this funding goes directly to the needs of our states. I see in this division of funding in these three components, I couldn't figure out how much will be allotted to each of those categories. And my interest was how much will go to road development, road paving, climate resilient programs, coastal preservation in all our 4 states. And my reading from this grant and my concern is that I hope that bulk of this funding will not go towards planning or consultancy services. There are lots of consultancy component in this, and this fund goes outside. So I just want to state for the record my concern. I take comfort in knowing that there is what they call a steering committee that will be organized, headed by the Department of Transportation and Communication. And there will be a representative from each of the state. The function, one of the roles of this committee is to look and review the priority project needs of each of the state. And I understand from public hearing that there is a flexibility that this committee will change those projects in consultation with the states. And I support that. I think that's an opportunity for our states to make sure, first of all, that our priority projects are funded, taking into consideration other funding needs from other sources. So I hope that I support this. I think that we need any infusion of capital into our economy to boost our economy. But again, I would hope, Mr. Speaker and members, that the national government coordinate closely with the states, again, to make sure that this funding is used for very critical projects in the states. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
My
you.
question for raising those concerns. All these grants from ADB and World Bank and all these international donors, they have all these kinds of standard, conditions that they have in there. So, but the thing, it's true, all these consultancies, that's the one we have to figure out how to get rid of, or at least reduce or minimize, because that's where a bulk of some of these monies go to.
Speaker, move for the
Well,
previous
yeah.
question.
Second.
Yeah, been moved and seconded that, and if there's no objection, debate is closed. So we will vote. Those in favor of the adoption of resolution number 22-28, say aye.
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 Motion carried. Resolution number 22-28 is adopted by Congress. Next resolution, Chief Clerk.
The next resolution under the resolution calendar now is Congressional Resolution number 22-33 CD1. This is attached to the Standing Committee Report number 22-13, which was just adopted from your Committee on Health and Social Affairs. CR number 22-33 CD1 is a resolution to further amend the President's Public Health Emergency Declaration dated January 31st, 2020, as amended on February 7, 2020, and further amended on March 11, 2020, April 17, 2020, May 30, 2020, July 10, 2020, August 20, 2020, November 25, 2020, January 29, 2021, March 31st, 2021, and May 27, 2021.
Speaker,
Chairman Berman.
I move that we defer action on the said resolution to tomorrow's session.
Second.
by Zoom.
Second.
Second.
Resolution number 22-33 be deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Those in favor say aye.
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 Carried. Resolution number 22-33 is deferred to tomorrow's resolution calendar. Next resolution,
Yeah, Speaker, can we have a short recess?
short recess, subject to call of the chair. Congress is back in session. We're still on the resolution calendar. Chairman Kulan, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Move to place Resolution 22-39 on the order of business for action for today. Thank you.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that resolution number 22-39 be withdrawn from committee and placed on the resolution calendar for action. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carried. So resolution number 22-39 is withdrawn from committee and placed on the resolution calendar for action. Chief
Mr.
Clerk?
Speaker,
Yes, Vice Chairman Christian.
move for adoption of the resolution that was just recently placed.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that resolution number 22-39 be adopted by Congress. Let's allow Chief Clerk to read the title.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under the resolution calendar now is Congressional Resolution number 22-39 for adoption from your Committee on TNC. CR number 22-39 is a resolution approving and accepting a grant from the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, in the amount of $37,222,222 to provide funding for the YAP International Airport runway rehabilitation project, including all the terms and conditions of the assistance.
Okay, discussion on the,
Mr. Speaker,
yes, Vice Chairman Christian?
thank you, Mr. Speaker. Several years ago, the Yap Airport had been looked at as a potential gateway for FSM into the Asian countries and into the FSM from Asia and other countries. At the time, China had stepped in and offered that they would like to be able to fund that project, and to which the FSM gave its nod of approval. The next day, the United States Air Force arrived in Yap to recommend to Yap State that the United States Air Force, would like to do that project. So don't give it to China. Both countries have gone away, and none of them, the airport is still sitting, doing nothing. I mean, no extension, no improvement has been made except for the runway lights and all of those. So I'm glad to see that this funding is coming through from FAA, but sad to see that it's not the U.S. military that is providing their own funds to extend that runway. And sad to see that China left without coming back and saying to us that they no longer are interested in doing that project. So long story short, finally, we're getting some money for YAP's runway improvement.
Yes, thank you very much, Vice Chairman Christian, for the brief history of the financing of the airport in Yap. That is true, but we should just be thankful that FAA, maybe this is how the US works. They go through their different agencies to do different type of fundings for different projects, and we should just be grateful that the FAA has granted this much amount of money without any matching, as we normally typically do with other FAA projects. So
let's go back and forth.
we are in session. Any further discussion? Any
Question
further
called for.
Question has been called for. There is no objection. Discussion is closed. We will vote by, let's vote. Those in favor of the adoption of resolution number 22-39, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed,
Aye.
no. Motion carried. Said resolution 22-39 is adopted by Congress. Okay, next resolution. Chief Clerk.
Speaker,
Yes, Floor Leader.
thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I may not be rude, in order to allow Honorable Christian to go back to his funeral, I move that we stand in recess until 10 a.m. tomorrow, Chuk time.
Second.
Short recess subject to call of the chair. till tomorrow at 10 in the morning True time. Those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 Motion carried. Conference now stands in recess until tomorrow at 10 in the morning True time.
Colin.
Chairman Gulen,